Alright, so for round two today, we got he's super bad, he's out of sight, he's Black Dynamite. Now, let me tell you, man, I have been looking forward to this thing ever since I heard about it, because I'm a huge, huge blaxploitation fan. Let me tell you what, man, it delivered on every level that I wanted it to. Uh, this thing's it stars Michael Jai White. Uh, He plays Black Dynamite. He's best known probably for his performance as Spawn. Played Spawn back in the 90s. But anyway, Black Dynamite is a ex-CIA agent turned pimp. I believe he's a pimp. I think he's a pimp. Not real sure. Just all around super badass. You know, the typical kind of thing. All the ladies love him, want some Black Dynamite, that kind of crap. And his brother is killed. And boy, everybody knows in the movie that once his brother dies, oh boy, the streets are going to run red with blood. It's going to be crazy because Black Dynamite is just going to kick some ass until he finds out what's going on. And that's what happens. It's kind of a satire, kind of a spoof. At times, it's a little bit more spoofy than satire. Um, like intentional things like boom mics being placed in the shots. You know, Black Dynamite sitting there trying to deliver some lines, and a boom mic comes in like this, and he's looking at it. You know, but it's funny. It's all it's funny. It's got action, kung fu. He apparently knows Michael Jai White in real life. He knows like 7 different martial arts styles. So none of that looks real fake, except for there is one dude that was inspired by the Dolomite character. His kung fu looks a little lacking, but it's supposed to. That's what this movie's about. It's not supposed to be taken seriously at all. But it looks like it's a 70s film. It sounds like it's a 70s film. I mean, they got this thing. If you didn't know any better, if you did not know any better, and you popped this in, you would think this was made in the 70s. I mean, you really would. Now, I mean, you'd have to have been buried under a rock because I mean, we got Tommy Davidson from Living Color. There's a cameo by Arsenio Hall, and then there's also a cameo from what's his name? He was in Reno 911. Man, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he delivers probably one of the funniest. I laugh so hard at this line. Black Dynamite comes into the room, and it's like a pimp conference or something. And he comes into the room. Black Dynamite's like, "I'm not letting anybody sell drugs in the community anymore." He looks up and he goes, "Well, Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community." It's just the way he delivers it, the look on his face, like, you know, it's really funny. If you're a fan of black exploitation films, definitely check this thing out, man. You're gonna have a good time. It's super funny. They compare it to Naked Gun, and when I looked at the cover, or in the back here, it says best piece of cinematic satire since the Naked Gun. And I hated the Naked Gun films. I just thought they were stupid from beginning to end, every single one of them. They're not like the Naked Gun films. I know what they're trying to say when they say they're like the Naked Gun films. We're talking about the boom mic, and there's 2 car explosions set in different scenes, and they use the same piece of footage of the car explosion. In the first one, it's a red car that's supposed to be flying over this thing and exploding. Well, it's a red car that goes over the cliff, and when you see it come back over the cliff, it's like a yellow something exploding. And they use the same exact clip for another car explosion. I guess that's what they're saying when it's like Naked Gun. You know, there are some like stupid kind of goofs going on in this thing, but man, I just love this thing. Uh, special features wise, you got the making of featurette, which is pretty cool. Kind of goes through the whole process. It has everybody. And then there's a Comic-Con experience, which is basically just a Q&A at Comic-Con. in San Diego, and commentary, some deleted and alternate scenes. I haven't listened to commentary because I'm planning on getting this thing on Blu-ray. Um, I just rented this one because I wasn't sure I was going to like it or not. But I'm picking this thing up on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure that there's an extra thing on Blu-ray too, something about 70s blaxploitation. Um, but anyway, man, I really wish I could remember that guy's name. He plays Jones on Reno 911. Anyway, uh, so if you're a fan of blaxploitation, if you're a fan of that kind of movie, definitely check this thing out, man. It's funny. It's got a lot of action in it. It's silly. It's goofy. You just have a good time with it. The features are cool too. And whenever I get that Blu-ray, I'm gonna come back and do a updated version, let you know about the commentary and about that extra feature on there. So go out right now, get yourself some Black Dynamite. Check it out. You're gonna love it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I don't really care.